The other day, I was playing with a dead body I found in the middle of a field when suddenly a thought popped into my head. How did my new friend Trevor die? He's such a funny guy. Was it a funny death? So that's what we're looking at today, the funniest deaths of all time. The first site we're gonna look at is actually a Reddit post, which says, what's an actual cause of death so extremely rare that it's hard to believe it's possible? Hopefully these are hilarious. In 1988, a dog fell from a building in Buenos Aires, landed in a woman's head. Killing her and the dog instantaneously. Oh, fuck. Then another lady, completely confused, watching the event unfolding from the middle of a road, was ran over by a bus? Then shortly after that, an old man died from a heart attack out of the commotion of seeing both deaths. This happened under a couple of minutes. Okay, work on your grammar, but wow. I'm honestly pretty pissed that the dog fell and died. The people, though, did they deserve it or something, you know? Because dogs don't deserve death, ever, unless they're, oh God. There's also my 15-year-old dog who's, like, on the verge of death. Not saying he, like, deserves it. I'm just saying when he pisses on my carpet, you know, I look him in the eyes and I say, listen, buddy, you're on thin ice. And I can melt that ice. That's a joke. We're going to force him to live as long as possible. Okay, that sounds fucked up. I also would like to say that the old man that died from a heart attack, I kind of feel like he was just begging for attention and just wanted to take part in whatever was going on. And I hate those kind of people. I don't know where they get off. Clearly, I guess, attention, which I can't relate. I used to work with a man who had an elderly relative come to the hospital with symptoms suggesting a stroke. Boy, it's been about 3 hours since I had a stroke. And he died later that evening. I don't remember all the details, but everyone thought the family might be sitting on a big fat lawsuit until the labs all came back. The relative had a type of leukemia that is diagnosed about 10 times a year in the US, and they've never come up with a chemotherapy protocol for it because nobody has ever lived long enough for them to do so. Alright, that one's not, like, too funny. I don't know what I was expecting with this video, but, like, you know, it's just, that one's like, cancer, is it funny, is it not? If you're anything like me, you think about that every day, and you're like, well, it's pretty fucking funny sometimes. Because, like, let's be honest, skin cancer is hilarious, but if it's leukemia, that's not funny. It's not funny at all. And if it happens to a kid, one that doesn't deserve it. I heard that a sinkhole formed under some man's bedroom and took him with it. It was so deep that they couldn't find him. Definitely a unique death situation. Yeah. So you're saying this hole was so deep that it sucked him in? Huh. Yeah. Sounds like my ex. That's crazy. I haven't been sucked into a hole in a while. Definitely looking forward to whenever that happens. Oh, that was in Florida in 2013. And there's a Fox News article. We love those here. Oh, Fox 13 News. Okay, never mind. Hold on. This says the brother of a man killed by a sinkhole in Sefner 10 years ago. Never expected it to open up a third time? What are you talking about? If something happens twice, what's to say it doesn't happen a third time? Oh, apparently the guy, Jeffrey Bush, was swallowed. Wish I could relate. when he was asleep in his bedroom. And Jeremy Bush said he desperately tried to save him, but was not able to. And crews never recovered the body. That's horrifying. To be honest, sinkholes are insane, dude. Just thinking about that, a fucking hole can just open up and you can get sucked down by it. You can get just sucked so hard. And where do these holes go? That's what I always ask. Look at that one. What the dude, that's like 100 yards down or more. That literally goes all the way down to O.J. Simpson. My mother-in-law used to be a surgeon. She told me about a patient they had back in the 90s. He died because of holding in a sneeze. Turns out he had an aneurysm in his brain that popped at that moment. I'm sorry. What the fuck is an aneurysm? Is that like the opposite of an orgasm? Why does everything have to be so sexual? It's a bulge or ballooning in the wall of a blood vessel? Yeah, you want to check out my blood vessel? See, it's like, it's too easy. Can I be honest? I feel like I might be one of the top sexual joke makers on YouTube. Aneurysms can occur in any blood vessel in the body, but are most common in the aorta and in the brain. Well, how do you know if you have one? Whatever. I'm probably fine. I'm sorry, what? I work at a hospital, and this perfectly healthy 17-year-old boy who played tons of sports, very important, held in his sneeze while he was stretching, and it shattered some of his spine, and he is paralyzed. Super sad. Okay, it's not funny, but there was no reason to add super sad. Sounds like AI. Okay, I'm clicking on a new article. It's called 10 Horribly Unconventional Ways That People Have Died. So maybe we're in for a treat. I don't know. I haven't looked at them. And the first one I see is death by dog food, which, okay, that does have me rethinking how I'm going to feed my future child. If I'm honest, I really like to save money, and that just seems like a good way to save it. And it's like, it's relatively probably good for them. I don't know. Melanie Paula Campos's sister came home one day and immediately knew that something was amiss. Well, that's better than something being a hit. The neighbors met her upon her return to complain that her dogs had been barking wildly for hours and just wouldn't shut up. After investigating to see what was wrong, she found her sister buried beneath 4 large bags of dog food. Apparently, when her sister was attempting to feed the 40 dogs that they had taken in, the bags fell on her and she suffocated under that weight. No, that's fucked up, but genuinely pretty embarrassing. How heavy were the bags? And I see why the dogs were barking. They didn't even get their fucking food. I'd be pissed. You know how pissed I would be if I was a dog and I didn't get my fucking food? My owner's just sleeping, as far as I know, just sleeping there. Oh my god. Oh, uh-oh. In another sad tale of dog feeding gone wrong. Okay, first of all, I didn't know this was so dangerous. Carol Williams tried to feed her pet dog after having too many cocktails. While leaning down to fill Fido's bowl, she apparently was overcome from her intoxication and fell face first into the dog's bowl. As if smothering in dog food wasn't bad enough, the edge of the bowl dug into her neck, and she eventually passed away. Once she was discovered, she was found to be three times over the Okay, first of all, why does this woman have barbed wire on her dog bowl? And second of all, how is your neck so easily penetrable? No, take that out. How are you gonna be 3 times over the over the legal limit? And even remember that you have a dog. I forget that I even have a mom at that point. The next one on this list is death by pecking. Assuming it's by cock. In another disturbing story of people done wrong by their own animals, a farmer by the name of Franz Jamat was found dead on his farm. Sorry. Police were anxious to discover the reason behind his apparent mutilation and death. During their investigation, they found that there was no chicken feed anywhere on the farm. His 200 chickens apparently didn't take this very well. Since the will to live is great in all living beings, they did what they had to do to survive. They descended upon Jamote and pecked out his eyes and heart. Sorry, what? All in the name of survival. It was him or them, and he was vastly outnumbered. No. Absolutely not. That is the most embarrassing thing I have, frankly, ever heard. You got killed by a pack of fucking chickens? You understand how easy it is to kill... Dude. That is literally all you have to do. That is so embarrassing. I'm like a little out of breath too. But for real, he got killed by cock. Couldn't be me. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. That is all I'm gonna say. Disgusting. Anyways, death by radio contest. Okay, I'm interested. Determined to win a contest for her kids, Jennifer Strange. What a strange name. I should fucking end it right now. She participated in Hold Your Wee for a Wee. Oh, okay. I thought for a second she had like a penis, like a wee-wee. It's not the case. At a local radio station. While it should have been a funny and lighthearted event, it inexplicably ended in disaster. The goal was to see who could drink the most water without going to the bathroom. The victor would take home a Wii game system. Sounds simple enough, right? Honestly, at this point, no, it doesn't. After the contest, Jennifer called her office in tears to let them know that she wouldn't be back to work and was going home with a horrible headache. Hours later, her mother discovered Jennifer dead at her home. The coroner found that her death was likely caused by water intoxication or hyponatremia. That is defined by the body's sodium level falling below normal, causing the brain to swell and push against the skull. As you can imagine, this would be brutally painful and cause nausea, vomiting, and weakness. Oh, weakness? I can't relate to that. That's gotta be horrible. So this is just a little PSA to any of you that end up meeting me in real life and try to make fun of me for having a small bladder, and also insinuating that a small bladder equals a small penis. That's not direct causation. It's just an ironic correlation. But shame on you, because I could die if I don't pee more than 10 times in an hour. Okay? So hop off. I'm so tired of people being like, "Oh, you peed 20 times this hour. I've been counting." Beat your ass, dude. Safety scissors. Right to the nose. Give you a nose job. Death by flying lawnmower? Probably one of the last things you would expect to happen at a New York Jets football game would be having a flying lawnmower crash into your head. Unfortunately for John Bowen, this oddity became a reality in 1979. Now, whose bright idea was it to have lawnmowers flying around the stadium? During the game's halftime show, model plane enthusiasts were putting on a show for the crowd. It was said to have included aerial dogfights featuring planes made in novel shapes. This particular model plane was called the Flying Lawnmower. It was described as 2 feet long and made mostly from metal. The most deadly of genres. Tragically, the plane crashed into the stands, striking John Bowen and Kevin Rourke in their heads. Wow, and this was in 1979, by the way. So, realistically, this could be what inspired 9/11. Bowen underwent surgery on a terrible gash and later died from his injuries. Rourke suffered a concussion, but fortunately, he recovered. Oh, great. So, not quite like 9/11, but, you know. Ironically, the halftime show was being put on by the Electronic Eagles of the Radio Controlled Association of Greater New York to promote the safety of the sport. Oh. Yeah. It's pretty ironic. I like that. That's going to do it for today. Thank you all so much for watching. I love you all. And one piece of advice before I go, which, oh God, I don't have one. Hey. If you see a fat person, don't point it out. It's not speaking from experience, but